The basic answer as to why women are single, why there's so many single women in general, and single Black American women in particular, is because it's your fault. It's you. You're very hard-headed, you're too picky, and nobody can tell you anything. Every time somebody tries to tell you something, you get a defensive attitude. In addition to that, American women in general tend to chase after the wrong types of men. A lot of this crap started back in high school when women like the guys who cut up, like the guys who were the bad boys, or they can only go with a man if he had a car or a this or that, or if you were super tall, super muscular, or some kind of lead on a basketball team. And the reason why I say women instead of teens is because that's still the point where a lot of people are forming their perceptions of relationships. So even though they are children, they're going to carry these perceptions into adulthood with them. And some of these folks, even though they're children, you might as well, in terms of relationships, outthrow them into the adult category because they can make kids. And when you have babies having babies, passing out bad advice from one generation to the next, the next thing you know, you're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations of women going out with idiots. What I'm going to do now is go through a quick outline of why there are so many single women. There are single women because, number one, casual sex. A, he has no incentive to wait to form a bond with you to get the sex. And B, if you decide to hold out, there's another woman around the corner who is willing to have casual sex. So if you don't, she will. Reason number 2 in this itinerary, past mistakes. A lot of women are jaded and scarred by past mistakes and scared. So the next man that comes along who may be decent, they're going to hold him accountable and be afraid to trust. All this is doing is wasting time. This is time she could spend building a relationship, but she's not. Also, because of past mistakes, a single woman could be walking around with a bunch of other guys' kids. Most men do not want to take care of other men's kids. We may say that we would do that, but deep down inside, we really don't. The guy really has to love you to love and raise someone else's children. There are a lot of single women because of feminism. As I mentioned before, this arrogant attitude has led to a sort of a female supremacist attitude. You can't correct women. And because they feel they're superior, they have an unrealistic or overly picky laundry list of what they want in a man. So being picky and unrealistic today leads you to being alone tomorrow. A lot of women, itinerary list number 4, a lot of women are waiting too late to get serious. If a woman's not married before 25, it's hard. If she's not married before she's 30, you get serious. If she's not married before she's 40, it's pretty much impossible. And women's fertility takes a huge nosedive after age 30. It actually starts falling off after age 24, but most of you won't believe that. So I know you'll believe that it will die off after 30 years of age. And a lot of women think they have more time than they really do. You don't. Most people's bodies actually start to fall apart after they're 22 years old. So if you haven't gotten your sights on a man by the time you're in your by the time you hit 25, your odds increase exponentially with each year that you are not going to find the type of man that you want. Now, one hot ass girl has said in her video that should single women have no kids if they don't have a man. I say they should not have kids if they have a man, if they don't have a man. If a single woman does not have a man, I don't think she should have kids. They're not thinking about the sons and how hard it's going to be being a son to a single mother. I've been there, I've done that. I've been the son of a single mother, and it is hard when you don't have a solid example of a man around to tell you how a man is supposed to be. Now, since we have this phenomenon of having to do tit for tat, here are why there are single men. Basically, the single men give up on relationships because they don't want to deal with trouble. Because of the effects of feminism, a lot of men don't want to deal with females' attitudes, and they become a little more passive and are actively pursuing women like they traditionally would because they don't want to feel like they are infringing on women's rights. Also, a lot of men are afraid because they may know someone who's been divorced and they do not want to deal with the bad effects of a probable divorce. And since everyone clamors for solutions, I'll offer some solutions. Women, screw the mentor programs for boys. Stop pushing for boy mentors and male mentors. We've got enough of that. You need to form mentor programs for girls. Mentor programs for girls. Start reaching the girls as soon as they hit puberty. In fact, I would suggest setting up mentor programs for girls as soon as they are 10 years old, telling them from then what to look for in a guy and what not to look for. Some of you women who listen to this that may be school teachers, you need to talk to the girls. Tell them what not to pick. That is where the solution lies. You women need to hold other women accountable. Stop accepting bad behavior off of women. And stop listening to men who never, ever, ever have anything critical to say of women. Because I'm telling you right now, the male-female situation is bad. You want to know how I know it's bad? I'm married. My wife asked me, you know how sometimes when people are feeling all bad or whatever, or insecure or scared, she asked me, hypothetically, if she died, would I find someone else? And of course, I said, oh no. And I thought about it. I said, no, I'm not going to lie to you. The honest answer is hell no. No. And she said, why? That seems kind of strange. I said, no. I don't want to deal with anybody else. I would not want to go through the hassle of what I see the single guys going through now. It's ridiculous. No way. This has been another short video by Open Fist. Alright? I know I like to talk about the effects of racism and white supremacy and all those type of things. That's fine and dandy. But there's a gender supremacy going on, and this is something that we can definitely control and fight. Peace. I'm out.